What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Advice with Prince. My guest today is an award-winning author, speaker, and friend of mine. Welcome, Tenita Johnson. Hey, sis.
Hey, bro. Thank you so much for having me. You looking good over there.
Thank you. You look good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. All is well.
That's great. So let's get into it. How do you start writing and editing?
So I've been in journalism for over 20 years now. I graduated from Communication and Media Arts High in Detroit. Shout out to CMA.
Okay.
And then I went on to the University of Missouri, Columbia, which at that time was the #1 journalism school in the nation. And so my goal was to pursue traditional journalism like newspaper, and then we see what happened with the newspaper. So I got into magazine. I've been in corporate communications, and then I eventually moved over to books, editing, and publishing. So
Wow.
yeah.
So how was that? Cause you launched so it is written. So
Yeah, so
how,
so I launched So It Is Written 10 years ago. I launched So It Is Written 2010 after I was laid off from a job for like 3 years. Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so that kind of like sparked you to wanna have your own company.
Absolutely. Yeah, because
Okay.
if I got my own, nobody can take it away from me. Yeah.
Exactly. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time. It's the reason why I call Prince Entertainment.
Yeah.
Can't fire
Yeah.
yourself. Well, you can, but you don't.
Well, you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're not gonna do that though. So,
Yeah.
so you just had the idea to launch it, or what prompted you to say, you know what, I'm gonna step out and own my own company and help people get their books out.
So my passion for books has always been since high school. I always wanted to be an author. 2010 was the first time that I launched my own project. That was 100 Words of Encouragement, Tidbits of Inspiration. And so since then, I've been able to launch 12 book projects. I'm working on books 13 and 14 simultaneously right now. Pray for me. In the midst of that, I met you through the great organization Urban Playwrights United. So I've got script ideas, I've got movie ideas. I'm working with people around the nation to make it happen. I'm smart about it. I'm trying to collaborate with other writers so we can get these projects out quicker and faster and more efficiently.
Yeah. It's good to have a team of people and
Yeah.
to people that you can trust and that
Yeah.
have a like-minded mindset about the same goals and
Absolutely.
aspirations. And like you have three kids, right?
Yeah.
Three kids.
Right. So I have a son. He's 23. He lives about 2 hours north of LA. He's a
Okay.
journalist. Yeah, he's a journalist. He does sports journalism. He works for a newspaper in Exeter, California. I've got a 16-year-old son, Xavier. He's a junior in high school, and then Nyla is 8. She's going into the 3rd grade.
Okay. So how do you balance work and family? Because that's a lot.
It ain't none. I would like I would like to think that I'm doing a great job of balancing, but a lot of times I'm gonna be honest with you, is we probably eat way more fast food than we should because cooking is just not top priority for me.
Popeyes,
Yeah,
you love
literally.
Popeyes.
Yes, I love Popeyes. I actually have been able to reach out to some people in my church. I have a lot of friends and church family who help me with the kids when I need help. My daughter needs help with her homeschooling work. This is the last week of school and I need help. And I just call people like, yo, I need help today. I can pay you whatever you need, but I need help. And so not being afraid to ask for help, because I think a lot of people feel like they have to do it on their own, but you don't. Just call and ask.
Exactly, yeah. It's good to have a good team of people. And some people they like things a certain way. I know I do. But like,
Mm-hmm.
if they're around you enough, they'll learn to adapt to your way, or you might find that they do stuff a little better than you, and you
Right.
want to adapt to that way. So that's
Right.
good that you have a village, let's say,
Right.
that kind of help you do things.
Yeah.
Because yeah, cause you've written over 10 books, right?
Oh yeah, so I'm on book 13 now. So number 12 is in the form of an ebook. I'm working to get that published in print, but I'm still writing book 13 and 14 right now. So by the end of the year, my goal is to have 15 books by the end of the year published of my personal books. But now I publish for other people as well.
Oh, cool. So you kind of launched into that. How would that?
Yeah, so 2 years ago, it's still under So It Is Written, but I launched into publishing other authors as well. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, because we did the same thing, and that's the whole nother beast when you have someone else's work.
Yes.
So how is that for you? Because I know for me, for my own books, I'm very like, okay, well, you did this how I wanted, but when you got somebody else's books, they do the same thing. You like,
Yeah.
and you try not to step on. You gotta be careful. So how is being a publisher?
So most of my clients are not hard to work with. They trust my expertise. So a lot of times if I tell them this isn't a good cover or we should put something different on the cover or the back cover, they go with me. They're like, hey, you're the professional. This is my first book. Like, I don't know. So I trust your judgment,
That's good though. That people, they take that advice because you probably seen books and like the book could probably be good, but the cover is like
The cover's jacked.
like
Yeah.
like I no I think you said this one time. You like, look, if you're not famous, don't put yourself on the cover.
Right.
Don't let one see you.
Right. So I tell people, I'm like, that's cool if you put yourself on the cover, if you TD Jakes or Joel Osteen, because the world already knows those people. But if people don't know you nationwide like that, then no.
No, don't do that.
Don't do it. It won't sell more books. It's not going to sell more books.
No. So that's a great takeaway at the audience. For those aspiring entrepreneurs out there, like, listen to your people. If you hire good people that know what they're doing, then you should be okay. But they need to know what they're doing. That's very important. When these smoke clears, and when they're best sellers.
Yes.
Okay, it's hot. I got it, yo. I think you could give it to me, but I bought it somewhere. I bought it.
Okay.
You turn it into a play.
Yeah.
How was that? How did it feel to see your life play out live on stage? Like, and it's very personal too.
It is. So When the Smoke Clears kind of chronicles, it starts out with the loss of twins the day after we were married, and then the redemption of those children with my son and my daughter. My daughter is now 8. So I released When the Smoke Clears in 2014. So she was like 4 then. But it deals with unemployment. It deals with blended family woes. A lot of people are in a blended family right now. It deals with marital problems. It deals with unemployment. It deals with a lot of different things. But overall, the theme is, even though we've gone through the fire, we're coming out better on the other side of the fire. And that's essentially what a phoenix is. So that's why the title is When the Smoke Clears, a Phoenix Rises. Because a phoenix bird is literally birthed through fire. Like, up from the ashes comes this bird of fire. So while we think the fire is going to kill us, is going to hurt us, it's actually burning off impurities and is forming us into the person we were called to be. So seeing it on stage was like epic. I want to do it again. I probably won't do it necessarily in Detroit because I've done it twice in Detroit now.
It's a really good play.
It is, and every time we've changed some of the actors. Like the first time we had a set of actors, and then the second time we kept 3 of the original cast, and we got 3 new people. And everybody brings their own flavor to it. I love using local talent. I love, people like my Belda, my King, all those people. I love working with Richard and Melissa because it's always fun in rehearsal. We have a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the next stage production I'm working on is actually called Mothers and Daughters. So it's centered around toxicity between mothers and daughters and their relationship.
Yeah, but I see that a lot. I see that play a lot. So you did play. What about a film?
My next goal with When the Smoke Clears would probably be more so like a web series or a documentary of women who feel like they have gone through the fire and come out better on the other side. I'm really into documentaries right now. I don't know why, but I like to know the ins and outs of different things, and So
documentaries. I know that I love documentaries. I love to see how things are created and filmed, and all that. Like Netflix, they have this like Hollywood stuff. It's called Hollywood.
Yes.
Like Chronicle.
Yes.
Chronicle like the backstories to different.
I'm gonna have to watch that. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. And
okay.
Yeah, so like, I'm always going online and looking up who owns what. So of course you said that you want to turn Marriage Uncut into a documentary. So and like I know you have different authors in the book and you collaborated, which a lot of people don't do. So how was that, and how do you want that documentary to come out?
Yeah, so the goal of the documentary would be to highlight real issues in marriage that a lot of people don't talk about. So infidelity, blended families, baby mama drama, all of that stuff. We talk about that in Marriage Uncut. If you've ever been to the book signings for Marriage Uncut, we talk about it at the actual book signing. We talk about divorce because that's a real issue. So dating after divorce, all of that. We want to talk about it all. So yeah, my goal is to make a documentary out of that too. Right now, we're working on Marriage Uncut Part 3, which will actually be for married couples who are interested in sharing their story of how the pandemic has affected their marriage.
They're going to be good right there. Yeah. That is going to be good.
It ain't all good, but it's going to be good. Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to be right back with Tenita Johnson. So go click on part 2 right now. Click right here. Go.
Passion, romance, sex, sin, pain, and death. Love unexpected. When you think you know your partner, think again.